So this is Greenlands by Peter716. It's 237.10 megabytes to download. I just read a little bits here and there of the mod hub, but Peter said, welcome to Greenlands. It's a map he's converted over from FS19, made a few improvements. It's a fictional map inspired by real farms set in the UK. It's got a total of 100 fields ranging in different shapes and sizes. There's BGA, grain mill, sawmill, etc. Storage yards with sheds and a long river and several forestry areas, and there is also a large area at the bottom of the map which you can do anything you wish to with. It's got contracts on all fields, and then this is interesting, the gates can all be sold off as a whole by clicking on any gate, and the hedges as a whole by clicking on the red bollards opposite the main farmhouse. We will be checking that out. There is 3 main farms in the map. So you've got Greenlands farm, which is like the main farm. That is where you start off a new farmer. There's cows, pigs, sheep, chickens, grain storage, 3 silage pits and storage sheds. Then you've got Greenside farm, that's got cows, sheep and 2 silage pits, no silo. And then Roadside Farm is just pigs and a silo. There is also Woodview Farm, and that's got storage yard and 2 sheds. Hope you will all enjoy looking around and playing on this map. Feel free to offer any suggestions, as these will be used for improvements. So let's go and check it out. So here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes outside this house. I have to say, I do like this map. It's very cool. It's definitely got a UK feel to it. And there has been some very good improvements over FS19 version. I did quite like the look of that version, but this is definitely better. Right, this is the map. As you can see, lots of fields, 100 as it says. What I like as well, it's been numbered nicely, so it kind of goes left to right and then it goes back left to right, so you're not sort of all jumbled up, and then it finishes off with 100 down here. This is the open area that Peter's on about, which we will check out. But yeah, that's the map. As you can see, all different shapes and sizes. They're not huge fields, but some of them are, you know, pretty good size, like field 88 there for instance. I'm in new farmer mode as always, and in new farmer mode we start off with quite a bit actually. So we've got our main farm, which is Greenlands farm, and we have fields 56, 58, 60, 61, 76, 43 and 42, so quite a bit. We also, over here, if I click off that and go like that, that is the BGA. We start off owning that, which means we can start using that straight away. In Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off with any land, so you will need to buy this plot of land to be able to use the BGA, because none of the icons are there, and this icon here on the actual map isn't there until you buy it. So if you wanted to buy that, that's 268,704 in Farm Manager or Start from Scratch. In terms of these areas, if you wanted to start here in those 2 modes, the main farm comes as a chunk with field 56 and 60, so all this isn't one load, it's not one lot, and that is 849,000 just over. Field 42 is 87,000, 43 is 258, 61 is 80, 76 is 149, and field 58 is 86,000. They are pretty decent sized fields, which we'll check out in a second. So for instance, field 88, which I think is the largest one, it's 398 grand to buy. And then we've got really small ones like 70, which comes with that little plot there. Actually, that's a bit random. It's only 28 grand. There is forestry areas all dotted around. You've got this one up there for 98 grand. There's quite a bit here, all varying in prices. You can pretty much buy most of this map. You've got a little bit there, which is actually the Sawmill, I think that is. In terms of the other farms, this one up here is the one with the pigs. So that was Roadside Farm, this one. If you wanted to buy that, it comes with field 15 and 16. That's 279,000, just over. And the other farm is down here. That's got sheep and cows, but no silo. And that one comes with field 93, 94 and 95. And that's 363,000, just over. So not too bad. Now, the Woodview Farm that they talk about is just up here. That comes with field 9 and 24. It does have a farmhouse on it, so you could place down a sleep trigger and there's a couple of sheds. We will be checking all this out as we go. There's a couple of other little bits and bobs scattered around. Opposite there you've got Woodview House, I think it's called. That comes with field 22. And then just over here, this little stretch here has got a couple of storage sheds in there, and that comes with field 69. That's 57,000 to buy. So there's plenty of things to buy. There's an old barn in this section. You can buy that for 27,000. And then this bottom half of the map is split up into different chunks. You've got a bit here which you can buy for 47,000. This one's 388, 183. So you can see like that. There is, I wouldn't call it the periphery of the map, but if you click on this, there's a little sort of village here with a load of houses in. If you click on that there, it takes in the sort of main road going round, and then there's a couple of sell points that it takes in, as you can see, in productions. So you can buy that. That's 54,000 though if you want to. So just something to note. What else was there to tell you? Oh, you can buy the area where the animal dealer is, and there's some sell points there as well. That's 242,000, like so. I think that is pretty much that bit. I don't think we can buy that river, nope. So that is most of that bit done out of the way. I think what I'll do is I'll whiz round the farm. We'll go through... Actually, let's go through the slot counts and equipment now, because you'll be seeing all the equipment and you won't know what it is. So, like I say, new farmer mode. You start off with a ton of equipment. So the slot count is 1,088. So a little bit up there. But we start off with 2 small tractors. We've got the Fendt Favorite 515C, a Massey Ferguson MF3709AL. Got 2 medium tractors. We've got the Landini Robo 6, which is quite a nice touch. The John Deere 7810. We've got the John Deere T560 harvester. Lizard 1986 pickup. We've got the Class Carrot trailer. We've got a header for your John Deere. We've got a stone picker, which holds 2,300 litres of stone. The Dagelman. That's pretty smart. We've got a Kverneland Ecomat plough. We've got a Horse Joker disc harrow. Amazon fertilizer spreader. We've got a manure spreader. A slurry spreader. Front and rear mowers. A tedder. So you're all set up for your grass work. We've got a windrower. A loading wagon. A baler. It's not a bale wrapper. We've got a straw blower for your animals for their bedding. A leveler for your bunker silos. Front loader with attachments. We've got a pallet fork, a bucket and a bale spike. And then we have a trailer for your header. We've got a couple of Agco weights. We've got a 1,500 kilogram one and a 650. So like I say, quite a lot of equipment there. Very, very cool. Now, farm managers start from scratch. Like I said, you don't start off with any land and you don't start off with any equipment. In farm manager and start from scratch, it is 882. In new farmer mode, you can get that slot count right down. So if you want to sell off just all this equipment that I've just showed you, you can get it down to 882 like the other 2 modes. But we can get it down even further, because you can sell off all of these buildings, animal pens on this main farm. If you sell off the hedges, clear the hedges, the gates, you've even got buildings that you can sell off on the other two farms that we don't even own. Some of the sheds you can't sell off on the other two farms, so just something to be aware of then. But I went through and I tried to sell off as much as I can, all the buildings. I even tried some of the sell points. You can sell off the BGA, the bunker silos down at the BGA you can sell off, which we will see all that in a second. I couldn't sell the sell point down at the BGA for some reason, but sold off all those other bits. I managed to get the slot count right down to 707 by doing that. But obviously I wouldn't recommend selling everything off. We'll come back to these posts and the gates, because that is something I wouldn't recommend selling off. First of all, other things to note, and then we will crack on, because I know I'm waffling on a bit. There is obviously contracts available. If we go along here, as you can see, there's only 2 at the minute. There is no collectibles on this map. So normally it would say down the bottom there on the right hand side, there's no collectibles. So that's not a bad thing, I don't think, because I don't think everyone wants to go around getting collectibles all the time. It's easy money, isn't it? So like I said, we start off here outside this house, but there is no sleep trigger on this map, so that again is pretty cool. So you can choose any farm you want, you don't have to start here. There is a couple of things that Peter's modded in. So if we go up into build mode, in sheds, you've got all the sheds that appear at the sort of farms. So you've got this machine shed, which we can spin round. We've got this shed, which is a base game shed, but it's got a different coloured roof, so quite cool. And we can change the colour of the panelling on the sides as well. You've got another machine shed, just like so, being added in, and then we've got another shed like so. So that is the ones that are in shed. In silos, he's added in this bunker silo medium, which is pretty cool. There's a few of these on the map. And there is also in farmhouses, because there is no farmhouse, we do have the sort of base game trailer park one, if you want to call it that, but there is this sleep trigger he's added in. Now it is 37 slots, so that's quite high. It's only 500, but obviously there is plenty of sleep triggers you could use. We've got the doormat, we've got the little sports bag that came out last week, but you can spin this round, place it wherever you want. So that is what he's added in production. I forgot to mention this actually, which is pretty cool. We've got the rock crusher lime production, so you can put your stones in there and produce lime. That is actually already in place down at the BGA. I forgot to mention that. So that is pretty cool. We'll see that in a second. I think that's the first time that's been added into a map, so I like that. That's a nice touch. And like I say, that is already in place on the map, but it is there as well if you want to place it down. And then in sell points, he has added in this fast food restaurant, which is already on the map as well, but you can place it down again if you want another sell point. It's basically modelled off of this fast food restaurant, the diner base game one, and he has just made it to P&P's Cafe, which is pretty cool. Right, apologies for me going on, but I'm trying to show you everything we have. Oh, one thing that I got asked to start showing in my map tours was the painting. Now I won't paint anything down, because in my eyes there's nothing new here. So we've got animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel and rock and granite, and that is it. So nothing you guys have already seen, there's nothing new there. I'm just checking my notes. I think I've covered everything. Right, let's crack on, because this is going on too much. So we've got first of all here, a chicken pen. So your feed trigger is just there. This is the base game animal pen. This will hold 30 chickens. There's your dialogue box. Your eggs will spawn just there. We do have gates that open. There's loads of gates on here that will open even on land you wouldn't expect. A fuel tank there, if you're not aware, you can fill up. This will hold 15,000 litres. You can put as little as 1 litre in there and then take it out from that point. There's our Landini. This is our workshop trigger under this shed, so it should pick up that Landini. And there's a pallet fork just there as well. Nice, nice. This is our cow barn. Now this is the automatic feeding cow barn, which again is a nice touch because this is very expensive. If some of you guys don't know how this works, I do have a separate video on that if you want to go and check it out, where I'll show you how to use that. So you're putting your feed all there and the robot does it for you. We do have the manure heap extension on all the pens where the animals produce manure, so the pigs and cows. So that'll fill up, you can take out there. Your milk trigger is just going to be here for the cows. Your dialogue box is here. This will hold 80 cows. And then you can feed them yourself, so your feed trigger and your straw trigger is inside here. You can drive all the way through. I know most of you guys will already be familiar with this barn, but your slurry will appear just there and your cows will be all out through there. It's a not very nice cow pasture, that I like that. What I'm going to do quickly now is run down and show you something. This was actually on FS19 and a lot of people missed it. So this is one of the fields we own, which is a grass field. Most of our fields are grass. We have that field there, which is wheat, I think, which is ready to harvest. Obviously, if you come in here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, the fields probably are going to differ. We've got a water point just down here on this bridge, which is very cool, just over the river. There is 2 water points on the map. We'll check out the other one in a second. They do charge you both of them, so you will get charged for water there. Right, moving on, back up. I'll go the way we came in. We've got our 2 bunker silos or silage pits just here. They have got lights in. I'm assuming they're automatic because there's no triggers. Some of our equipment stored in there, that one. Another shed with some of our equipment. Another shed with some of our equipment. Then just over here we have our sheep barn. Your feed trough is just going to be there. Your dialogue box is there. That's 65 sheep that will hold. And your wall is going to appear just here, and they will appear out here. Something interesting is this is the manure heap extension for the pigs. I can't remember how close you have to get to that symbol for you to fill up your trailer from there, because that is obviously inside the sheep pen, which isn't a problem because there is a gate there, but you might have to pull into here to load up the manure from that pit, so something to be aware of. This is our pig sty. Your slurry's going to be there, and obviously your manure is over there. Again, it's base game animal pens. Your feed triggers just there, and then your dialogue box is here. This will hold 270 pigs. Pretty smart. Got another silage bunker just there. This is one of our fields, which is a good sized grass field. Like I say, that's that wheat field just there. Most of the hedges haven't got collisions on. We also have this field, and that is oat ready to harvest. So we have quite a few fields going on. And then round this side we do have more sheds with our equipment in. Lights again in that one. That track leads down the bottom where the water trigger is, just out of interest. We got our silo there. I forgot what it was called then. Silo. Obviously you tip in your pipe out there. This is a 800,000 litre capacity one. It's just a standard in-game one, so it will only do standard crops. It's not a multi-fruit. We've got this shed with our equipment in. This shed you can turn the lights on and off. Doesn't matter where you stand, just click the left thumbstick for me. That is our farm. So pretty cool. Right, what I'm going to do now is come down to this area because I'm going to show you. First of all, I'm going to show you a clip of what this area looks like with everything sold off. You can't sell the farmhouse and you will be left with a couple of little bits of decoration like that container there, that blue container. But all those sheds and animal pens you can sell off, and that area will look like this. So, very spacious. Right, what I want to show you now is if I go into build mode, just take note of these hedges. The ones that you can see all in the background. How nice it looks. How very British it looks. So, just take a note of that. I'm now going to show you a quick clip that I recorded of removing these bollards, which gets rid of all the hedges on the map, not just in our farmyard, all the hedges. And it, to be honest with you, looks a bit ridiculous, so I highly recommend you don't do that. I mean, if you want to do it, it's up to you. The gates, it's up to you again. There is quite a lot of gates, but I would probably leave them because I think it adds a bit more realism to it. But I'm going to show you a clip of getting rid of the gates and the hedges so you can see what that looks like. Right, let's get on with the tour. So I'm going to jump in the pickup. I think I've pretty much covered everything. It feels like I have, because it feels like I've been talking forever. We're going to head out this way. This is pretty much your only way out. I do love the cattle grids we've got coming into our farm. So as you can see, it looks a lot better if you leave the hedges in. There is no collisions on them, so you can just cut through them. Whether that counts if you've got a header on, sometimes that makes a difference. So obviously every farm's got its own name. There's Greenlands Farm. Right, I need to drive on this side of the road, because all my current Let's Plays are all set out in Europe, and I'm on the other side of the road on them. So right, first up is our shop area. So like I say, there is gates like this where we can open them up. Very cool. We've got another workshop trigger down here, so there's your sort of area. If you come up to this symbol, you can do your customization repair. Your shop menu is just there. These two doors are open. The middle one you can't open, so you could use that if you wish to. That is also your reset point down here, just about there. So if you reset, buy or lease anything, it's going to appear just there. And there is little random bits. I mean, this comes with this field. I mean, you can open all these gates like this. That's just decoration, that barn, but this field comes with that plot, so you can get in all the fields and the gates. And as you can see, it says welcome to Greenlands, because this is our little village now. Nicely detailed houses, very smart. Looks a bit like, reminds me of Coronation Street. Some people probably don't even know what I'm going on about with that. So we'll cut down here, more houses here. So again, you can put your sleep trigger down on any of these. It's entirely up to you. We have got in here carpentry. So you can sell your wood here, or you can use it as a production chain. So your pallets will appear there if you are using it as a production chain. Pull in there and you can sell your wood at that icon. And then you can buy carpentry there. I won't go through all the prices and things like that, because it is going on a little bit, or I have been going on. Now we start going into this open area, as you can see on the sign, which I've just crashed into. Greenlands, a wild space. I love what he's done here, because you start coming out. Look at this. Oh, you've got a mini sort of no man's land going on in this area. A few trees you can get rid of or leave them in, but look at this. How cool is that? Very, very impressed with what Peter's done here. It's got a bit of everything, this map. You've got your forestry, you've got your animals. This bit here where you can do whatever you want down here. Very cool. There's the old barn that I was saying about. You can open these gates as well, so you could use this as a starting point. Just pretend you're sort of running a small setup, rundown farm. So we'll go back out this way, out of the wild space. Some good sized fields. Again, they've all got gates on. I mean, I could understand you getting rid of the gates, but I wouldn't get rid of any of the hedges. And then we are moving into the animal dealer area where there's some sale points. So your animal dealer is just there. So if you go up to this area, click on that. Now it does show every single animal pen on here, so you can use those pens even if you don't own that land, which is quite cool. Tested that, so you can use all the animal pens even if you don't own them. So that's your animal dealer. I am going to stop there. Let's turn that off and we'll run this bit. This is our spinnery, just on the right hand side, so your sell point is just there. Now if you use it as a production point or production chain, you buy it just there, and your pallets of fabric will appear there. This is our bale sell point, so for your grass, hay, straw and silage, and you can also sell loose. Obviously your cotton that will go into the spinnery, so pretty cool. Just over this side we've got a milk sell point, just there. And then here is the water tower, so this is the other water point I was on about. Again, that will charge you for using that. So let's have a quick look at the map, show you where we've been. So obviously we started off at that main farm. I did run across field 42, and that's the water point there. Came down this main road, across there, into the shop, through the little village, down this way into mini no man's land, up round sort of like that, and we're here now. I'm then going to come out, we'll sort of go back on ourselves a bit, and I'll show you these two sale points and a fuel station. And then just here we've got a grain mill. And then we'll head on up. This is one of the other farms, and we'll kind of do a sort of clockwise route around the map, and we'll finish down here at the last farm. Sounds like a plan. Right, let's get out of this area. I must admit, when I was driving round, so much of it came back to me from my map tour on FS19. Here's one of those areas I was talking about. So if we jump out here, the gates will open. I'm just going to jump them for speed. It comes with this field here, which is a nice size, and then you've got these two sheds just like that, and also that, which is that's a bunker silo as well. Yes, it is. So you've got your grass field and a bit of bunker silo going on there, and a couple of sheds. Very cool. Right, let's turn right. You can see our farm over there in the distance. So we've got a fuel station just here. Again, I'm going to stop there. This is the supermarket sell point. So if I run around the front, you can see it a little bit better. Doona's stores. Cool. And then this is the cafe, or the caf. P&Ps, and your sell point for that is round the back. Could be a little bit tight coming round there, but you can drive all the way round. So we'll head on out of there. Oh, sorry, my friend. And then we've got the grain mill just in here. So your tipping sell point is just there. You've got the spanner by the door to buy it as a production chain, and then your pallets will spawn in that area. Let's head on up to that farm. Oof, that was close. Nice bridge there going over the river. There is quite a bit of traffic on this map, and they do go quite quick. But again, look, there's no collisions on the hedges. And up here you can see there's some good sized fields. A lot of grass work to be had. Right, we'll pull in there. Let's pull over this side of the road, actually, get out of the way. Turn that off. So as you can see, you've got a sign there. This is Roadside Farm. Again with the gates opening. We'll run in first. We've got our manure pit extension there. So you'll collect from this side. That could be a little bit tight as well. Pigsty again, your feed triggers just there, your dialogue box, 270 pigs again, same setup as the main farm one. Your slurry just there, they will obviously appear out there, like so. Got a huge shed, like that. And we've got our silo, tip-in pipe out. This one is 400,000 litre capacity. We've got another one of these sheds. Bear in mind we don't own this land, so it's still allowing us to open these shed doors up. You've got this shed as well. Then we've got another fuel point which we can fill up from. This one was 10,000 litre capacity. And we do have a farmhouse again if you wanted to put your sleep trigger down like so. Now, when I tried to sell everything off on this farm, I think it was this shed, that little shed there, and I'm pretty sure that big shed, it wouldn't let me sell that. I sold off the pigsty, this shed, the silo, and the manure heap, and the diesel tank. So that, excuse me, that helped bring the slot count down. Like I say, if you wanted to buy that area, that's 279,000. It comes with those two fields either side. So that field behind the pigsty, and I think that field just through this gate, which is also grass. Loads of grass. Well, I'm going to be a bit naughty here and just jump to the pickup. I don't tend to do that, but I'm trying to speed things up a little bit. Right, off we go. I think next on the agenda is that Woodview Farm. We'll just have a quick drive down in there. That's the one with just like a farmhouse and a couple of sheds. So there's Woodview House to our right, which does have a shed. That comes with a field as well, and it's got a house on there. And this is Woodview Farm. So you've got a nice modern looking house, and then these two sheds. And I think your fields for this one is that one there and the one behind the shed. So pretty cool. Oh my goodness, I didn't see you coming there. But look in front of us, look at all that forestry, all the trees we can cut down. So we're now going through the forest over a nice bridge. Again, plenty of trees to cut down, plenty of money to be earned. I do like the way the road sweeps up. And there's gates back there so you can get in there and chop away till your heart's content. I think once we've... Whoa. Dukes of Hazzard style. I was looking at my notes then. This is the Sawmill. Whoa, that's giving me a headache now. So you've got a wood chip sale point just there. Again, you can pull up there and sell your wood. Obviously you can use this as a production chain as well. Your planks will appear there, and there you can buy the sawmill if you like. Right, I'm going to show you again where we've been, so you've got a feel of the map. So we were down here, weren't we? We did the grain mill, we came all the way up, looked at this farm, which is just the pigs. This was Woodview House, that's Woodview Farm. We came through the forestry area and we're now down here at the sawmill. We are going to come round, visit the BGA with the sale point and the rock crusher lime production, which I think is an awesome touch. And then we'll come round, we'll finish this farm just there. Just on the corner of this road ahead is quite a cool feature. It's like a house that's not quite been built, and again you can open the gate here, but as you can see it's still being developed, so that's quite cool. Chuck that in for a bit of role playing if you wanted to. Right, let's turn into here again. This has got a gate. I think we'll open that in, we'll drive in a little bit. We've got a way station just over there. What I'll do is I'll spin round. I think we'll do this on foot as well. Leave the engine running. Right, we have got here, what have we got? This is BGA grain. This is what I couldn't sell when I was trying to sell everything off, but it allowed me to sell all these bunker silos. So we've got two huge bunker silos this end and two huge ones down that end, so plenty going on there. Just at the back there, that is the lime production point for your stones. Pretty smart. And then there's the BGA. Obviously, as you can see, we've got all the symbols showing because we do own that in new farmer mode, whereas the other two modes we don't own it. These symbols aren't here. You will have to buy this land. There's our way station. I am not heavy enough. So that is that area. Obviously most of you know how the BGA works. You've got your slurry points and your digestate collection points, etc. All we've got left now is this last farm. Again, it's got its own sign out front. Greenside Farm. Nice entrance to it. Let's just check what fields you get for this one. I think it's those three, isn't it? 93, 94 and 95. So 93 is to our left. 94 is just behind the house there. And then 95 is over there behind the cow barn, which we'll check out in a second. Again, there is a house here, so you've got the option to use that. Round the back, we've got another fuel tank. This is a smaller one, that's only 5,000 litres. Got quite a quirky shaped shed there. A little bit of an area back here. That leading up outside. Come round, we've got a machine shed just there. We've got two silage pits again, pretty cool. What have we got behind us? We've got another sheep pen. So as you can see, they are the in-game ones, but they've got different colour, which is pretty cool. I like that. So there's your dialogue box. 65 sheep. Your wool's going to appear there. Obviously your sheep will appear out there. Like I say, it will allow you to put animals in these without owning them. And then we've got just a smaller cow barn. This will hold 45 cows. Your milk point is just there. You've got your manure extension pit out there, which we'll have a look at in a second. And again, your feed trough and your straw trough triggers, sorry, are just through there. I'll drive all the way through. Your slurry is just there. That's the other field that comes with this farm. Nice size. And there's your manure pit. And then just to the right is that trigger. I think that is it. I think I've covered everything. So apologies for waffling on at the start, but I was trying to give you as much info as I could. So that is what I like to try and do. But that is Greenlands by Peter716. I do like that map. Let me know your thoughts. I know you guys always do. If you have enjoyed the map tour, please give us a thumbs up, because that goes a long way in supporting the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider doing so. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.